All right, y'all, this is your girl Tanya Lady T, and we're jamming in July. Okay, this week's food prep, we're going to do cauliflower. We're going to do those green beans. We're going to do sweet potatoes, and I probably won't show y'all how to do those since we did them last week. And we're going to do some squash and onions. And we're going to, for our fruit this week, we're going to have cantaloupe and ruby red grapefruit. And I stopped to the store and got that. So I'll show you that in a minute. So let's just go ahead on and prep and start doing these for our fruits and vegetables this week. And here's the ruby red grapefruit. With these, I just split them in half, and I do a half-size portion whenever I do eat them. So it's just as simple as that. Again, sweet potatoes are very simple. You just drizzle a little olive oil in the bottom of your pan. Take your fork and just stick them on the top, not the bottom. And just stick these in the oven, heated at 375 for about an hour, 15 minutes. And these are ready to, these are done. Okay, next thing we're going to do is go ahead on and cut up our cantaloupe. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Okay, I just kept one of my shopping bags, and you just scoop all that out till you get to the meat. Get all those seeds out. All that goes in the trash. Now, some people keep those seeds and they'll, you know, recycle. Put them in there like recycle compost. You can do that. And you just hollow out the seeds again on the other side. Okay, and of course, you just chop your cantaloupe to the size. I like mine kind of chunky, and just put it in a large bowl, and that's how you cut up your cantaloupe. I'm going to cut them in smaller sections so I can peel off the rind. Just makes it easier. And it helps when you have a very sharp knife. Alright, y'all, we got cantaloupe. And let me tell y'all, it's a nice, sweet, and juicy. Like I said, you know when cantaloupe is ready to cut when you buy it. Set it out on the counter. And when you start to smell It's ready to go in the refrigerator and cut. Yummy, yummy. Okay, y'all. The next thing we're doing is broccoli. Of course, when you get your head of broccoli, you just pull all that off. Okay. And again, we're going to steam this broccoli. And you just take this and cut that base off, because you're not going to eat that. Okay, just take that completely off. Okay. And you'll know when you've gotten it all off, because you'll start to see the little stems in between, okay? My countertop, of course, is clean. And what you do, you just dig in and just start cutting at the base where the stems are, and it'll break off. And I've got my pot over here on the pan, and I'm just going to put all that in my pot. Just keep on cutting through. Until you get all your cauliflower removed from that core piece. You see, here's that core base, and that, of course, you can discard. And so you're left with your florets, and some of them you can, of course, pull them apart, and you can make them as chunky as you want to. I'm gonna leave some of them chunky, and then some of them I'll just pull apart. But for the most part, this is what you've got on your head of cauliflower. And I'm just going to put them over here in the pot. Okay, and I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, y'all, now it's time to season the cauliflower. What I'm going to do is start off with 2 cups of water. Okay. And remember those bouillon cubes we were using last week to season? Well, I'm going to take a half of a bouillon cube, and I'm going to just put it in there. And it was in the refrigerator, so it's going to be hard to break that up. But as it heats up, it'll break apart. Okay, we're going to sprinkle some black pepper. Where's my big thing of black pepper? Anyway, this is black pepper. And again, you just seasoning this to taste. I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of kosher salt in here, because cauliflower is very bland. And of course, onion powder. I like a lot of onion powder in my stuff. It gives it flavor. Okay, we're going to put this on the stove, and we're going to boil it for about 30 minutes on medium high. And just check it and turn it and add water as needed. But again, we're sort of steaming this. And one thing about cauliflower, I like to cook mine not till it's mushy, but I like to cook it all the way through. Okay, so that's what we're going to do with the cauliflower. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, y'all, is that we're going to do our squash and onions. Okay, so I'm putting everything over here, so because my stove is now full with pots and stuff. But I'm just going to drizzle, and that's about a teaspoon of olive oil in the pan. Just drizzle that in the pan. Okay. And I'm going to just sit it here to the side, because I'm going to actually put everything in here as I cut. Okay. So here's our squash, our yellow squash. Let me go ahead on and rinse these, and we'll come back and slice everything and put it in the pan. Okay, we've got our squash, yellow squash, washed, and got my small sweet onion or vanilla onion peeled and washed and peeled. Okay, now all you do with the squash is very simple. You cut off the ends. Okay, of course you can discard those, and you just slice them up to your thickness. I like them about that thick, because when you cook, of course, squash, they will wilt down. So I like a little thickness to mine. And I love that my kitchen counter is a cutting board type counter. Okay. And you just put them in the pan. Okay. And I'll show you this one more time. It's just real simple. Cut off the ends. And if you've got a big squash, of course, the bigger it is, your thickness, you may want to reduce your thickness. This is a good cutting knife. That's one thing about vegetables and fruit. Get you a good cutting knife, okay? And when I come back, we'll do the onion. Okay, we've got all our yellow squash cut up, and we're just going to slice this onion. And if you can see, the way I'm slicing it is so that when it's sliced, it'll be like onion rings. Okay, and it's okay if it's a little rough chop, and you just put them in here. And I've packed this pan, and as I'm putting them in here, I'm just pushing each ringlet through, so they'll be their own individual rings, almost like if you were gonna make some onion rings. And of course, as it cooks, they will of course reduce. Okay. Now, I'm going to give some of this to Mr. Silverfox because he loves squash and onions. So, I'm not going to overload it too much with onion. Okay. And you just cover this on the stove and put this like on medium high. And then as they cook a little bit more, you reduce it. And of course, with squash and onions, I season it with black pepper. Again, the coarse salt, and of course onion powder. I may put a little garlic powder in here too. Okay, and this is gonna go on the stove, like I said, in medium to medium high heat for about 30 minutes, or as they just reduce in size. And just cover them because we want to be like a steam versus a fry. Alright, y'all. The last vegetable we're doing for this week is the green beans. Okay, fresh green beans. And I've already rinsed these off. And you can just go through here and see the ends. And just pop those off if you don't want them on there. Y'all can see that. See these little ends, little stems? You can just pop them off. Just go through them and pop them off. If you see any brown ones, you can just discard them. But again, I'm not going to exhaust all this time doing that on camera. I'll just go through them, and then I'll show you what we'll do next. Okay, y'all. I've gone through my green beans and picked out all the ones that look bad, and I cut off the stems that I wanted to be cut off. And again, my handy dandy olive oil, and this is about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, and I'm just gonna put it on in this skillet, and again the skillet medium high, or at around between 6.5 and 7, and of course just let that olive oil coat the bottom. And what I'm going to do is put my green beans in the pan, and of course these will reduce. Now these I won't cook a long time because I want to keep that vibrancy about them. I don't want to cook them too thoroughly, but just enough where I don't have to taste that starchy taste. Okay, and we'll show you the vegetables here shortly. Oh, I almost forgot, y'all. We didn't season this, okay? Of course, we're going to do the black pepper. Again, about a tablespoon of, well, not even that much, just a sprinkle of coarse salt and onion powder. And toward the end of this being done, I'll sprinkle a little chopped up garlic in it. I won't cook it because, again, I want to sort of steam it and fry it just a little bit, but not all the way thoroughly done because we want to, again, keep that vibrancy. So let's do it. Okay, y'all, everything is cooking. This is the important thing about going ahead on and prepping and doing everything at once. That way you don't have to slave in the stove all week long just to prepare your meals for weight portion and weight control. The sweet potatoes are in the oven. They're almost done. I've got the green beans going. We've got our squash and onions. And we've got our broccoli. Okay? And of course, and this is almost done. This is about done. So the only thing we have left to do is meats. Now the meats I'm going to actually do on tomorrow, which is Monday, because flim flam on me, I thought I had taken my meat out to thaw, but I didn't. So no problem, I'll just do my meats probably first thing in the morning. But I'm going to do those the same way. The turkey and tenderloins, I'm going to do them the exact same way. The only thing I'm going to do different, in addition to, I'm going to do the lemon pepper little drumettes, and I'll just show you that real quick, probably first thing in the morning. That'll be probably part of my tomorrow's morning blog. So anyway, just wanted to show y'all this is what's for our vegetables, and again for our fruits we're doing cantaloupe and ruby red grapefruit. Alright, thanks for stopping over here on my channel, and we're going to continue to jam in July, y'all. Bye.